welcome along to Transfer Talk.
Right, Marseille are in talks with Arsenal over a loan signing of him. However, it's thought the French club's style of play would be good for his development. Of course, Roberto De Zerbi is currently there as manager, and Wanieri at League. He did sign a new 5-year contract in August, which runs until 2030. So he is seen as a big part of Arsenal's long-term plans, but they may be letting him out on loan to Marseille. We'll keep you on top of that one.
Which we spoke about at the start of the show, and what a very good manager is, and tactically how good he is, and how detailed and meticulous in all of his planning. I probably just tell we're so in form, and it kept going from one to the other. You kept coming to me and I was saying, oh, Arsenal are on top now, and then you'd come to me 5 minutes later and I'd say small margins. Yeah, I think of, Aston Villa's goal where Matty Cash scored, Ezri just switches off, things like that, moments of quality when they're coming on, and we thought he was leaving, didn't we, in the summer. The way that Unai Emery's really getting the best out of him, it falls to him in the area, last kick of the game literally, and what a finish it was. So you just feel, we spoke about our Aston Villa in the title race. You just think that talk's going to intensify now after that result.
Well, Unai Emery said afterwards they're not title contenders.
Yeah.
You can understand why he's going to say that, but then you have to look at their league position, sitting in third. They've closed the gap on Arsenal, and this run of form, 9 wins in 10. That alone makes you title contenders, given the position they're in.
Yeah, and he's obviously trying to take the pressure off his players as well, and he'll know only the squad of players that he's got. And I think we said, looking at it, do they have the squad to be able to compete with the likes of Arsenal in the long run? But the position that they're in, the form that they're in, the brilliant manager that they've got, of course you've got to say that they're in with a shout of competing at least. And I think he'll look in January and probably try and strengthen that squad and maybe bring in some loan players in the positions that he feels that he needs. But I think after this next run of games, we'll certainly see where Aston Villa are, because it's a really tough run.
Well, it's Barca to come in the Europa League, and then you're right, it's when were they to go to the Emirates and do what they did today, then they absolutely are title contenders.
I think we would all change our mind then, wouldn't we? I think if... would you? No, I'm sure, because you just think it is still a long season to go. But if they go and do that, of course. But just a brilliant result, yes, they've been able to cope without them, but they do make a huge difference. So you sort of having them back and having that quality. We've said the strength in depth has really helped Arsenal. But yeah, they'll be hoping that they can get them back soon.
Arsenal have once again been thrown into the centre of the transfer spotlight, with a sensational £192 million transfer package reportedly involving Victor Osimhen, Kenan Yildiz, and Ezri Konsa. The reported triple move would represent a huge statement of intent from Mikel Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta as Arsenal look to build a squad capable of competing for the Premier League title and going deep in the UEFA Champions League. Mikel Arteta is determined to build a squad capable of challenging on every front, and these 3 players would address important areas of the Arsenal squad. The Nigerian striker remains one of the most exciting centre-forwards in world football. Arsenal's interest in Osimhen has continued to generate massive speculation, with supporters dreaming of seeing the powerful striker leading the line at the Emirates. His pace, strength, movement and finishing could give Arteta another dangerous attacking option. If Arsenal were able to reach an agreement, Osimhen could become one of the biggest signings of the window. Another name creating excitement is Juventus star Kenan Yildiz. The young attacker has developed into one of Europe's most highly rated talents, attracting attention because of his technical quality, creativity, and versatility. Arsenal could view Yildiz as a long-term superstar capable of playing multiple attacking positions. Bringing him to North London would also fit the club's strategy of investing in elite young talent. At the back, Ezri Konsa is reportedly being considered as another important addition. The Aston Villa defender offers versatility, composure and Premier League experience. For Arteta, Konsa's ability to play in different defensive positions could make him an extremely valuable squad member, particularly during a demanding season involving the Premier League and Champions League. Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian striker, has long been admired for his goal-scoring ability, physical presence, pace and experience at the highest level. Arsenal are believed to be looking for additional firepower, and Osimhen would provide a completely different attacking option for Arteta. Then there is Juventus star Kenan Yildiz, one of Europe's most exciting young attackers. His technical ability, creativity, and versatility have made him an attractive target for several major clubs. Arsenal's interest would underline the club's desire to combine immediate quality with long-term potential. Defensively, Ezri Konsa has been heavily associated with a possible move to the Emirates. The Aston Villa defender's versatility would be particularly valuable to Arteta because he can operate centrally and also provide cover on the right side of defence. That a combined £192 million investment for the three players would be enormous, but it would also demonstrate Arsenal's ambition. Osimhen could strengthen the attack, Yildiz could add creativity and youthful dynamism, while Konsa could provide additional defensive stability.